Where is it? 76. Seats and backrests. Seats and backrests. Link 1+1 seat system. The ultimate in modular seating. Right on. That's the one. Hey guys, so today we're bringing in the 900 Ace Turbo, and what we're going to be doing is getting a trail prepped for Cass and I. So there's going to be a few things involved in that, but primarily we're going to be putting the Link 1+1 seat system. So that is a 2-up seat for sleds. The really cool part about sleds is pretty much any chassis can have a 2-up seat, a legal 2-up seat. Where we come from in the ATV world, there's very few models that actually allow it legally. So for today, we're going to be putting that system on. Make sure Cass and I are comfortable on that seat, get it all set up, and we'll have that done. So then we also got to put our trail pass on. We got to put stickers and all sorts of stuff, all the accoutrement that you need to be legal on the trail here in Canada, or at least Ontario. We're going to get that done, and yeah, we have a thing. I don't know what it is. Every time we have a new machine, we have to drill into it right away. So we're going to be drilling into the tunnel, mounting some stuff, the backrest, and a lot of it's pretty easy, but we don't have instructions per se. We're just going to get at it and figure it out. So I never use instructions when we have them anyway. Not a big deal. One thing we wanted to talk about is accessories with a new machine. I know it's quite exciting and very easy that when you get a new machine, you just litter it with all the cool stuff you've always wanted. We're taking a different approach with this machine, one little thing at a time. We know we need an upseat. We only have one sled, so Cass and I can both go trail ride on this machine. And we also kind of wanted, like, you know, fuel caddies and things like that, and all these like mountain accessories for summits and stuff like that. It's really easy to fall into that, but we're gonna be doing one thing at a time and finding out what we need and then making those adjustments. I think that's primarily what this year is going to be about, is kind of keeping the training wheels on, taking it easy, take it slow. I say that, I'm probably still going to do some silly things, but yeah, so we know we need an up seat. We're going to install that, get all of our stickers on and everything. It's a good time to do it because honestly this year's been crazy slow for snow. This time last year my plow video came out and I had piles all over the yard. This year we might have 20 centimeters, a little bit of hard pack. It's like 0 degrees, so it's like tacky snowman material snow. So we have time. Luckily, we also have our ATVs and stuff. We can get out no matter what, so that's pretty cool. We're very fortunate that way. But for today, we'll stick to the plan, and we'll get that seat on.
Okay, Kyle, you're up.
So first part is the easiest part, and that's removing the seat. So this is the stock seat you get with your machine. I don't know, there's a couple changes between the seats in different models. I don't know them all, but the Renegade Adrenaline will come with this standard seat. This is a one-person seat. The whole rear end isn't supported. So the first thing you got to do is take this guy off. It takes 2 clips and it slides backwards right out of there.
I thought you were going to throw it in the garbage for whatever reason.
And the up seat is essentially this. This is the beginning portion. You can just buy this bit, but your wife's going to be awful mad when you do a wheelie because her back's not supported and she'll fly off. But the way I see it, I worked hard enough for the first wife. I try not to go for a second. So the difference between this seat and the last is this little extension is supported and it rests on your battery box. So this is where your battery is located, and there's a hook here. Your standard seat won't use this. It's also for ventilation for the battery area, but so this is where your last extra hook is going to go with this. It's kind of a pain. I haven't figured out exactly how it goes on super easy. You have to kind of struggle bus it a little bit. But from what I've seen, you kind of have to push down on the back while you slide it in so that last hook can get into the battery box. And then in the front, you have 2 clips, and I've got it on by basically just peeling it back and putting it down. and that's it. So that is the actual upseat portion, and then we're going to be doing a backrest with 2 handles for it. We've already started. I wanted to make sure I knew what I was talking about. So essentially we used a pilot hole, and there's little marks on the tunnel as to where they go. Some people might have a shock mount here, like an adjustable shock mount, and that might be in the way a little bit, and some decals kind of go over the marks that I'm talking about. For me, only one mark was covered by the decal for the rev decal right here. So I literally just piloted 2 of the holes that I could see, mounted this tight, and then I drilled the 3rd hole, took it off, opened it up, and then actually mounted the whole thing. The drill bit you need is a 13/32, and we didn't have one, so we had to go to the store and buy one $30 bit, which is ridiculous. So preemptively, do a better job than I did and go out and get, you know, a cheap Canadian Tire bit or whatever. It'll do the job. It's just aluminum. You don't need a cobalt built drill bit like I got. So first part of the job is real easy and done. And we're actually going to show you now this portion on the other side now that we know what we're doing. So the other side, like I was explaining before, there's 2 notches, 2 little marks that they already drove into the tunnel. They already pre-marked everything, because if they're going to assemble in the factory or at a dealership, they just know where to do it. It's already done for you. But like I said, my decal is over top of the 3rd, and I can see it. I'm just not positive, and I don't like it. So I drilled my first 2, and I mounted it so it's solid. And that way I know that when I drill my 3rd hole, it'll be close. You know, pretty well good to go. So what I'm going to do now is drill that hole, remove it, use the 13/32 to actually drive the right hole, and then mount it permanently, just like the other side. Then we can start mounting our rails and building the backrest and everything, and
Pop some wheelies.
yeah, yeah, accidental or not. I know I already did a little one, and that one was completely accidental. But when we are done this, we're actually going to play with some adjustments. I've got somebody who's actually sled for longer than a day here, so we're going to actually go through that and see if we can up it a little bit, because the weight of you and I, you know, casts at like 100 pounds or so. And
Don't laugh. They'll know you're lying.
We do have to up it a little bit because it's mighty soft, even with just me on it when I was going around the yard. So, but yeah, we'll get through that last step, and then we'll start building the rails and stuff. I'm not actually looking at the instructions at all, so so far I'm good. But there's a lot of pieces that go together, and from what I can tell, we're going to have to build the frame and kind of adjust it and jig it loosely just to get it nice so it fits into the rails just perfect.
Is there a way to jig it tightly?
Yeah, words. So we're fiddling about, ignoring the fact that there's instructions accessible to us, because why not? It's fun to figure out. And this is why link systems are incredibly useful. Once you get past actually mounting the brackets, same with like the tunnel ones you can do back here for all of your accessories. You literally just unclip it, and obviously there's going to be a whole seat attached to this, but the one bar, you just slide it in, a close up of this, and you literally just click it in, and then it covers up. So when you actually want to remove the backrest or the seat or whatever, it comes off real quick, just like the Can-Am ones for my Outlander and stuff like that. So I figure we have to install the bars loosely, figure out all the little components and bolt it together, and that way we can get the fitment right, because when both of these bars go in, you want it nice and lined up. Do it once, do it right. So we're getting to that part now, and you have like a backing piece, you have 2 handlebars that are adjustable, plastics to cover it all up at the end, and then the actual backrest that'll be in here. So we're just getting to that now, and see how that goes. So we now have everything mounted and solid, and the actual 2 side pieces, they have a plastic insert. You line it up, it's a little tricky. They don't line up quite perfect, you just kind of have to fight it around a little bit, not that hard. But then you sink in the 8 different Torx bolts in, and you'll have your inserts now done. And the next portion is to actually take these 2 bars, take all of this and actually mount. You have a backing plate between the 2, and then you have the actual seat portion you have to bolt in at the same time. So we're just kind of figuring that part out because there's 4 bolts that hold the actual backrest, and then the plastic backing just kind of fits in all these little grooves, but we have to put a set screw in on one portion. So that's the next part, is to take all this out, build it together, and actually sit it in, and that'll pretty well be it until we actually put the handlebars in and they have an adjustment, but we'll get to that when we get there. Okay. Yeah. Usually does the trick. We're doing the last portion now. We've got the backrest on. It was a matter of having one of the legs mounting the back plastic and the seat at the same time off of the machine, and then we put the other leg on. And there's just 2 little set screws. You might want a buddy to hold things together while you drive it in, but otherwise very, very simple and self-explanatory for that part. I know we made a handful of little boo-boos here and there, but that's all done now and it's secure. For the handlebar, we didn't buy the heated grip, but if you want to buy it like this, you can buy the heated grip afterwards. It's really simple. It just goes onto this portion here, and the wiring comes up through the back from the battery underneath. But we don't, and the only thing you have now is you have a slight bit of adjustment on the rail, so you can choose. So we had Cass sit down on it, and we just kind of put it between the couple of settings. She said there wasn't much difference, but we're selecting it as high as possible. So once we drive these in, we're pretty close to just wrapping this up and the up seat's done. So all in all, if I actually downloaded the instructions and printed them out and everything, this would have gone a lot faster, but you can do this in probably an hour or 2, really. The hardest part is probably just drilling in this, because you take your new machine and you literally have to drill holes into it. Luckily we're accustomed to that with snorkels and everything. Yeah, so we're just going to drive this on and take some pictures and some beauty shots. Cass is doing a really good job with that, and we're
I'm trying to do the bunny for Diesel.
You know what I love about grabbing the camera? Is that anytime I grab it and I turn around, I know you're doing something ridiculous.
I don't remember how to do the bunny.
You're probably the most intelligent person that I know, but somehow you're struggling with those gloves.
No, I got one. Look.
Oh, you're making the bunny thing?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I had no idea. Let's get back to the sled. What's going on? What did we do?
The bunny.
We got your throne prepped.
My throne.
And it'll be my throne too, right? When you're driving.
Yeah, aside from the toilet.
So we got that all set up.
It's your first throne.
And you're happy with it?
Clap your hands.
It looks really good, actually.
Yeah.
It's really even with the windshield.
It's a nice, I like how like the seat blends in, like the back blends in. It's not like bam, bam, like a Lego. It's more.
What I really love about it is you can remove the backrest and still kind of play sporty with the original seat on it. So even when we're riding around, if somebody breaks down, I do have a legal spot for them to sit.
Without this.
Without the backrest.
Yeah.
So the 1+1 idea is actually fantastic. And I have to say it's quite firm. Hop on. You just break it off. The hard work's all done. A few missteps, but I could have corrected that by actually having instructions. But we got her done. That's the Mainville way.
They print out the page. I just want to show you this.
Yeah. Anybody who owns a Can-Am or a Skidoo will know that. Oh, I think I chucked them out already.
Oh.
But it's literally.
Page that said if you want the actual instructions,
download
them on this website.
Yeah.
You go to the website's crashed. Like, thanks.
It probably saves paper, but.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's done. We figured it out. All the plasticky little bits drilling into the tunnel. I didn't screw it up. But it's done. You're quite happy with the seating?
Yeah, the difference, I don't know if it'll make a big difference in the snow, but on the quads 2 up, there's like a crotch lift.
Yeah, just to kind of keep you sunk in, right?
To hold you from like sliding forward.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much angles we're going to be doing and climbing over stuff with this. We'll see.
I know I put a few expedition seats together and they had more handlebar adjustment. Like, you have plenty enough, it's good, but when you actually go from the lowest setting to the highest setting, it didn't really mean a whole lot. I had you sit on it and try both, and you're like, whatever.
From like here to like here.
Yeah.
But like, because you have so much length, you could just adjust how extended your arm is by where you grab it. If you want to like lock and load, you can't do it from here, but you could do it from here.
So I guess it's enough, huh?
Yeah.
But otherwise, we got all of our stickers on, which kind of sucks, because we bought a blacked out sled.
Then we threw a pink sticker on it.
Oh yeah, because we're both September babies, so we got a pink sticker this year. And then the sled pass here for Canada and Ontario is blue. So now we have a blue and pink and like all these little colors on our blackout sled. It's not the end of the world, I guess. It's just not preferred.
At least it's not a blue sled with pink or green or whatever.
Yeah, it's not ridiculous. But the like crazy colors are kind of in style now, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the Summit looks nice.
Or the
with
free
blue.
ride, like all of
Yeah.
those, they always have ridiculous colors, so like it's not absurd. So you're kind of getting away from the blackout when you put all these little details on, but it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to put it, we're going to pull it out now, and we're going to put the cover on. So we have a Skidoo cover, and we'll show how that fits.
I don't want to just like, ah!
You'll figure it out. Got it under the cover.
Yeah.
That's the first cover we've ever owned that works incredibly well.
Yeah. So you start off by putting the nose in with the BRP symbol in the front, and if you're illiterate like me, you've got some footprints pointing you in the right direction, which we first thought were a little silly, but they help when you're starting off. So we usually start with the nose. You've got the nice cover that covers the A-arms with a nice clip, but we usually stop, we end with those.
Yep.
We keep those for last. When you're getting the handlebars in, obviously you have a nice diagram pointing you in the right direction. There's this Velcro in the middle that you open up so you have enough stretch to put it over the
Handlebars. Relieves the stress a little bit. There's also a clip right there to tighten it up too.
Yeah, on the top. So lots of neat features. You just close it up, tighten it up, cinch it. There's another cincher on the seat, on the main seat. And now that we have the two-up seat, you can tell it's actually got room for the handlebars, another cinch strap here, and the other handlebar, so it fits on quite nicely. There's a hook that leads up to the tonneau, and then you've got these little plastic caps for the...
Just grabs onto the
well.
rails on the tunnel.
Yeah.
But even when we didn't have the up seat, it fit really well too.
This
That all
just kinda
collapses.
and you can cinch it all packed up.
Yeah, much better than the Can-Am one I bought that I ruined in one trip.
Yeah, it's not meant for being on the trailer though, is it?
No,
No.
life lessons.
No. So yeah, it's reinforced here on the handlebars where there's a good stress point, so that's nice. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty
How
easy
cool.
peasy. Yeah,
We're wrapping up the video.
that's it.
We are trail ready, except for snow.
Yes, please.
We,
Got some, send it this way.
how much do you think we have?
I don't know, a couple inches.
But it's all that sticky stuff, like snowman stuff.
We have this much.
You don't throw up enough snow unless you're cruising fast.
Welcome home.
Hey, Dito. Well, very cool. We're
Yeah.
ready to go, and we're going to have a very super sweet one-handed moment here right now and wrap it up. So thanks for watching again. If you like what we do, we are learning, we're new. It's not probably the best instructions, but if you do watch the whole video, you'll get the idea. You can figure it out.
Yeah.
We are learning. We figured we'd film while we learn to show you guys what's going on, the whole adventure of learning how to sled. And
Again, be nice. If there's any recommendations or suggestions, comment below. We're happy to be open-minded and learn a bit from you guys now.
we just wanted to learn with you guys. You guys have so much experience with sleds. ATVs, no problem. We knew what we were talking about. For this sled stuff, we're getting there. And we're having a lot of fun. We're super excited for it. So subscribe, like, do the whole bit. I hate saying it, but we do have to.
Subscribing is free. So my mom didn't know for the longest time, and other more experienced viewers didn't know this, it's actually free to subscribe. So just in
Yeah.
case you didn't know, our bank teller was telling us, oh, I wanted to watch your stuff and I didn't know what subscribe
how much
meant.
was
like,
gonna
is it a
cost?
magazine? No.
There's two
That's
things that are
free.
free. 3 things: liking, subscribing, and sharing.
And commenting.
And okay, 4 things.
Yeah, and
See?
watching.
And what? Oh, and watching.
Everything's free.
So, except for premium, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna go
But-
have us some cannelloni.
Yeah, I need something warm in my gut, and Diesel's running away. Gotta go. These, I'm assuming, are for the wrists, and I'm gonna guess there's covers or something. They've got these little plastic. Oh, there's more. Maybe it's these. I don't know why they would have these.
There should never be any extra, right? They don't give us spare parts.
You're filming. Wait a second. It kind of feels like there should be something, but I don't see something, and here's something.
Fuck you, fuck. More scratch than that.